For the squat, main rule of thumb across the board is to make sure your hip crease goes below your knees when you go down. Now, how much below may be dependent on which federation you're competing in, but the rule of thumb, hip crease below the knees, that's what we're going for. A lot of how you're going to do the squat with this is going to be dependent on your body type, how you're built, if you're flexible, if you're not. I've seen many people do it many different ways, and the best thing to do is to find your stance where you're the most flexible and the strongest, to where you can go down and come up and do the full range of motion with the max amount of weight. One thing I noticed that does help everybody is to put the bar lower on your back. You know, bodybuilding, I tend to tell people to set the bar up on top of their neck, around top of their traps, because it puts more force down on the quads, which is what I'm trying to hit for in the squats, even though squats is an overall leg workout. But now we're looking for mechanical advantages. So one thing I do teach is to put the bar a little bit lower on your back. Now Jason's going to show you how he does his squat. Just to give you an example of one of the ways you can do it. As you can see, his stance is narrower, but that allows him to get allows his hip crease to go below the knees. Some people, when they go too wide, they're not flexible enough to get their hips below their knees. You always want to keep your chest out and your back straight, or keep it arched so it's protected. Keep your knees over your feet at all times, or keep your knees directly in line over your feet. As you can see, he goes all the way down, comes right up. See, Jason gets his stance a little narrower. Even though I'm a little bit more flexible, if I was going for weight myself, I would probably go a little bit more narrow, because I can make sure I get the depth I need and be more explosive. So as long as my knees and everything don't go past my toes, or there's no prone to injury, I'd be good to go. Sometimes when you try to get wide and try to shorten the range of motion too much, you're not flexible to go low enough, and knees don't stay in line with the feet, and joints don't stay properly lined up, and tendons and stuff you're not used to stretching can come overstretched, and you might be most likely to get injured. So do what's comfortable and do what's most powerful for your body type, and practice with that stance.